All right. So for this assignment, what we're going to do is we are going to create a like a play button. So basically, we're going to have a piece of animation. We're going to be able to hit play. It's going to play the animation. We'll also have a stop button, and maybe like a replay button. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. So what we need to do is we need to have something that's going to play. So you can make something new if you want. That's totally fine. But I'm assuming you don't want to do that. So we need to do is take an older piece of animation you've already done. And in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and use the abstract animation example. And the reason why I'm using this one is because I believe this will actually probably be the most complicated one to do. So I'm going to choose that one. So I'm just going to open this up. All right. And that's all fine and dandy. Yay. All right. But what I don't want to do is this. We are not looking to do it inside of here because this is the animation itself. We're going to make a new file. Okay. So file, new. And if you recall, we have been doing all of our animations using the action script, right? The action script platform. And the reason for that is because it allows us to stream our audio. We can also, there's some tools that are available that aren't available in the Canvas mode, such as like parenting, so on and so forth. Now, what I want to do, what we're doing now is we're going to make some interactive content, right? We're going to have buttons that you click on and make things happen. Now, that is entirely possible with ActionScript. In fact, it's easier. You can do cooler things. You can more easily do more complicated things inside of ActionScript. But ActionScript is Flash, and you guys are probably now too young. Up to a couple of years ago, you wouldn't have been, but now you might be too young to remember this. But back in the day, when we used to have interactive content, a lot of videos and stuff, they all used ActionScript, which was what this used to be called Flash. And it used to be great, and you could do really cool stuff. However, that is no longer kind of the standard. Now the standard is to do HTML5 Canvas. Okay, so what we're going to do is click on the web. We're going to choose very high, and we'll just go with this. This doesn't look very high to me, but someone seems to think it is. And it'll say HTML5 Canvas. So when we are in Canvas mode, we're going to be, instead of writing ActionScript, it's going to be JavaScript because that is the standard. That is the web standard. What you're looking at right now on the internet, you are looking at a website that is more than likely HTML5 Canvas. Okay, so go ahead and hit create. Yay, and that's going to make our thing here. Okay, what I want to do is bring my animation into this so that we can make our play buttons and all that. All right, so we're going to go back over here, and before I bring it over, what I want to do is make a background. So I'm actually going to change the stage color here. So make sure you don't have anything selected, and then underneath properties. And I'm just going to go ahead and make it white. It was fine before because we exported out a video of this, but now I'm going to bring it to this other one, and this is white as well. So it's not going to show up, right? The background's not going to come with it. So we're going to make a new layer, okay? And we're going to call this one background, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and grab the rectangle tool. I'm going to choose black. You know, I'd like it to be just slightly off black. And it went over here like that. Okay, no stroke. And then we're just going to go up to the top here, and I'm going to click and drag and hopefully snap it. There we go. Okay, so now it's got a background. I'm just going to make sure I put that in the back. And voila. So it'll look exactly the same. I would preview it just as a reminder. Actually, I'm just going to do Control Enter. Okay, you can see it here. Yay. Okay. One thing to keep in account, notice that it says swift.swf. That is a format that is no longer generally supported. Okay, you'll be able to work on it locally, but when you go to bring other people, they used to hide viruses and Trojans and things inside of Swifts, and that's the reason why it kind of went away. Anyway, so we got this all looking good. Now, depending on what your animation is, you might want to bring these in as the layers that they are. I'm not going to do that, and I'll show you why afterwards. So to do that, the reason why I'm not doing that, just so you understand, is that I have multiple sections, and I want to be able to scale it all the same. So see how like some of my frames start later? Where's the where are you? Whatever. See how some of my sections start later? Like this one starts after this one, and there's a lot of like nested elements. So I'm actually going to not do it this way, but if you want to bring them all in, so some of yours might make sense to do this way, but if you want to bring them all in, all you do is click on this, hold shift, click on this, grab all the layers, right click, go copy layers, and then you're just going to go in here, right click, and paste layers. I don't want to do that because when I go to scale this, it won't scale. It'll be harder to scale. Actually, I'll just do it because I don't think I did anything else in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it so you can see. So I would paste the layers, and here's the problem I have. Like, okay, good, they're all selected. I'm going to hit Q to get the free transform, and I'm going to hold Shift, and I'm just going to scale it down, and then I'll put it roughly where I want. Okay, that seems fine, but watch. When I get to the end here, this one was not selected with the rest of it. So it didn't get scaled because it started later. So that's kind of annoying. So I am not going to do it that way. We're going to close out of this and just do a new one because I don't want to. The problem is that now the symbols exist inside of that one. And when I go to bring the other one in, they'll conflict. So we're going to do new. And I'm just going to choose the same settings. Okay, create. All right. So instead what I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to grab all of these, right click, and we're just going to convert layers to symbols. So it'll become, and we'll just call this animation underscore, and we are going to actually make this a graphic. You'll see in a little bit. So GRP. Okay. That's like group. That's not a good name for it. Anyway, so we have this selected. So I'm just going to, you can see now it's one big layer. Also, I forgot to keep track of it, but I'm going to go inside of this symbol so I can see all the stuff, and I'm going to see how long it goes. So it goes till 180. It's important to know when your animation ends, because once it's a symbol, it's just going to go forever. Okay, so I'm going to grab this now, grab the symbol, and I'm just going to Control C or Command C if you're on a Mac. Go here, and we're going to Control V or Command V if you're on a PC. Voila, and I'm going to back this thing up. And you can see it's all one symbol. And now when I go to scale it, it will all scale proportionately. So I'm just going to hold Shift as I grab this corner. And we'll bring it up here. And then I'm going to hold Alt and Shift. Now the reason why I'm doing Alt is that when you see how it goes from the center, but if you hold Alt, it only goes from the one side. The other side will stay the same. So, and I hold Shift to keep it proportionate. So we're going to call that good. That's a rough idea of it. Now I need to extend this. Let's rename this, and we'll call this just the animation so we know what it is. And I need to extend it to the 180 so that it is the entirety of it. So I'm going to 180, and we'll just hit F5, or you can right-click and insert frame, whatever works for you. Okay, now we have the animation in there, and if I hit Control-Enter, you're going to see that the animation's here, but we do not get audio. Okay, and we will approach that in a little bit. I think I'll do that in the next video. I just wanted to get this. Oh, you know, we need to do one other thing too, actually. No, we'll do it in the next thing. So we will call that good. And in the next video, we will we'll work on the next part.